All right, good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Chen, and um, you know, this is the first chemistry class. It's the first lesson, and I just want to introduce myself. This is my kitchen, um, and I'm making these videos now in case we have to possibly be online at the start of the year. So, yeah, so this class is all about looking at phenomenon are things that happen in our everyday lives. Um, when I drop a thing, why, why does it fall? Or if I'm taking a walk and I trip, why am I gonna be landing on the ground? Or if I'm holding onto a hand railing in a bus and all of a sudden the thing stops, why do I jerk forward or move around if I turns a corner? So those are phenomenon. It doesn't have to be anything super special, but it's just stuff that happens in our everyday life. And the phenomenon we're going to start off with this unit is thinking about a phenomenon that involves us and water. So to start this, you're going to need some water, and preferably room temperature water. So if you can get, if you have a thermometer, so this is the room temperature right now is 72.8 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you have a kitchen thermometer, that works great. If you don't, then just try to get the sink to be about room temperature. If you want to be more exact about it, get some water, let it sit out, half an hour or whatever. And then, so you need some water, and then you're going to use just a sense of feeling. So the water here has been sitting out for a day, but you don't have to let it sit out that long. You can see it's like, well, it's 70 degrees. Okay, so it's a little cooler than the room, but it's about room temperature. So 70 degrees, and what I'm gonna do is just take my hand. I'm just gonna put my hand in the water. This is a small container, so I'm actually going to just take my hand and pour some water on my hand. Like this. Okay. Whoops. And then I'm going to leave the other hand dry. And now you're going to wait. And I know that this part, waiting, is hard, but I just want you to really close your eyes and think about what you're feeling with both of your hands right now. So just let it wait. Let it sit here. And what are you feeling? So we're not really doing anything with our hands. We have one hand is totally dry. One hand is wet. And I put this in here. You're going to wait and wait. And think about what's happening to the water. Think about what's happening with your hand. Why are you feeling this? Okay. Do you feel anything different? So let it sit for a while. And I might fast forward this video because otherwise it takes a really long time to upload, but you should let your hand sit there for quite a while, a good couple minutes, okay? And what do you feel? Does anything feel warmer or cooler, or any sensations you feel in your hands? Those are things you should to kind of think about, like what's going on with the water in your hand. Why does it feel like this? And then in the lesson documents, you're going to start writing some questions down. Like, what are some questions you have about this phenomenon? And try to write some thoughtful questions. Say, ask questions about what's happening with my two hands with the water. And then at the end of the lesson, you're going to start creating what we call models. So you have hopefully done some models in your other science classes, but the initial model, take what you learned from your other science classes. What do we put in models? Maybe you're not familiar with models, and that's okay. Just put an initial model. What do you think is happening if I were to zoom in on the water happening here? What would be what's going on? What do you think is happening to these molecules, to the water? And then as we start progressing through this unit, hopefully we'll answer more of what's happening with the water in my hand and why does it feel like that. Okay? All right. If you can't, now if you really can't feel anything, here's another thing you can try. You can take your hands, and if you don't feel anything, wave your hands. And just gently wave them, like this. What do you feel? Does one feel different than the other? Okay? And that's kind of the thought process is as I what's going on with the water molecules, and don't like wave them a lot, don't splatter them, just really, really gently. Really gently. Okay? So that's your first lesson, first introduction to chemistry, and we will think more about what's going on with the actual molecules throughout this unit.